Hello, welcome back to my channel, Mel Stampin' Gallery. I'm Melanie, your close to my heart maker. And for today's layout, I am going to be using the paper and stickers from the Freshly Baked collection that you can see here in our current holiday catalog. It comes with all these beautiful papers and the stickers, perfect for all those Christmas baking pictures and memories that you might have right now. And I'm also going to be using the SVG images from the digital art collection that I just, once I purchase, you download to your computer, and then you can upload the files to your Cricut or Silhouette and use them to cut out the images. Now for today's layout, I am going to be creating a 2-page layout. And I had these pictures recently. The grandkids came over and we built, I bought the gingerbread kit from Target, and they just decorated it with their granddad, and had so much fun with that, putting them together. So I did want to document those pictures. And this Freshly Baked collection I thought was perfect because it did have the little gingerbread man, and it does have the little gingerbread house as part of it. It's in the stickers and also in the digital art collection. But what I really liked also was this layout here in the catalog. So I decided to try to scrap lift this layout for the page, and then of course create the second page to go with that as well. So let me move this out of the way and let me go ahead and show you what I've already started. So I do start with the 12 by 12 white daisy cardstock. I'm just going to lay these next to each other. Now the digital art layout had this cutout, so that's where I got this. I'm using a scarlet color texture cardstock, and I did use the layout. You can see right here the hearts. I just resized it and flipped it so it was facing this way. And then for the other page, my left-hand page, which is going to hold the main photo, I took a piece of this shiny cardstock that we had on sale a while back, and I cut that down to 10 and looks like 10 3/4 by 10 3/4, and then I got out the center so I could use that for the photo mats. And then I'm going to lay that on my white daisy, and this piece of the pattern cardstock is going to go on top of that, and then that will create a little border around there. Now the next part of the layout was a little tricky. It had the circles, and I was able to figure out it was about 20 circles, and I cut them out. They're about a 1 3/4 size circle. And for the circles, you can do whatever you want. Like if you have a Cricut, you could cut them out on your Cricut, the circles, of course. I just happen to have a circle die cut, and I just used that and chose my different pattern pieces that I wanted. And I actually did pretty closely follow the layout in the catalog. So I would kind of look and see how many solid color pinks I wanted, and how many of the pretty polka dot, and just using this as my guide, then I was able to place the circles around the square here. So at the top we do have that, looks like the cookie baking sheet, so that one went up there. And down below there's a yellow one and a cookie baking sheet again, so I cut out those and just start placing them around your paper. Do you have to do what's in the catalog? Of course not. You can do anything you want, but just as a guide to get me started, I just wanted to use these, use the, picture in the catalog. Why reinvent the wheel, so to speak? So you just keep going around the circle until you get them the way you want. And I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera, and I'll be right back. I've got the circles adhered down pretty good on the base page for the first page. Now I want to go ahead and bring in the second page so I can kind of line them up together before I start putting down the pictures, the actual pictures and the embellishment. So for the second page, I knew I wanted to use these 4 pictures because the large picture was going to go over here on that page. Then these 4 pictures I wanted to fit on this layer here. And again, I'm going to be looking a little bit at the layout, and I like the way they've got those pictures, 4 pictures laid out there. So that's kind of the same thing I want to do here, although they aren't really the same sizes. This one is a 3x4, and that one went down there at the corner. A small square one up here at the top. Then this smaller picture here, and kind of like that, I think. I'm just gonna move those around a little bit. That one's gonna go a little bit further down, bump that up a little bit. And I also have, that I cut out from the Cricut, they had these mats, and I like the little point on it to go behind these big pictures. And then that also brings in this border color over on the left-hand page that I did. And you always want to use your colors in more than one spot. 3 is ideal, but if you've used it once, you want to repeat it somewhere else. So I do want to bring those matted in like that. So that's looking good. And then I wanted to kind of bring some of this color over here. I've got the scarlet here. I've got this wide stripe that I really did like to put over here behind the pictures. And I've got this little piece that is a little cut from this piece that I used over here, and that I believe is only 1/2 inch wide. Yes, 1/2 inch wide, and it's the full 12 inches. So I don't like to leave, let me move this out of the way, just plain naked edges, and sometimes you can sponge your edges if you want. I just didn't want to sponge, so I'm just using that as kind of a zip strip. Same thing, I cut another piece of this polka dot, so I'm going to put those on the edge like that. And then this wide piece, which is, I believe, 1, 2, 3.5 inches wide by 12. And that, like I said, is the other side is that recipe page, but I didn't want to use all that. So I just flipped it over and just used a little strip of it. So that's going to go like that. And then this layer will go on top of that. So that's how it's going to look together so far. I don't know if you can see that. I don't have my camera, can't go far enough away to see 2 pages at once. So let me go ahead and adhere this right-hand page down, and then I'll come right back. Now I've got the right-hand page all adhered down, so I'm going to move that aside for a second so that I can work on this left-hand page. And I've got the 4x6 mounted on my light brown cardstock, and I'm just going to take my tape runner and adhere that down where I want it on this side of the page. And I want it kind of angled here. Let's make sure that's kind of where I want it, right about there. It's good. I just love the little look on her face. It just melts my heart every time. Now, the inspiration piece had a title, Baking Memories, but I already used that on a different page. But I did have, from the sticker sheet, the Living the Sweet Life. And I did take it off the sticker sheet and put it on some wax paper. And that way, if I just lay it down, I can kind of see if that's where I want it to go. So that's probably going to be okay. And what I wanted to do, oops, sorry for that. I have the cookie sheet from the digital art collection that I have enlarged to make bigger, as well as the gingerbread house. I enlarged that to fit better in proportion with my pictures and the gingerbread man. And then the 2 candy canes, which I might put one right here. So I kind of have this dead space on that picture, so that's okay to cover that up a little bit. And the other candy cane maybe right here. And then the gingerbread man can go like that. And we can kind of make that all go together. And I will put this on probably some foam dots. And then if I bring my title in, again, on my wax paper, I can see that, yeah, that's going to look really good. That's going to be just perfect. Now that I've got my little embellishment cluster adhered down here to the bottom, I can go ahead and put the title on. And remember, I said we're doing the Living the Sweet Life, and I feel like I kind of wanted to go over a little bit of the circles in the picture and the embellishment down there, and that kind of anchors the title all together. So let me pull this off of here, and like I said, that's going to go right about there. And it's okay if it's not perfectly straight because the font is just really swoopy and it doesn't look real straight anyway, so that's okay. That works for me. All right, so now we've got the Living the. We're going to put that right there. Living the Sweet Life. And I think if I put that there, that's perfect. Now, if I look at the digital inspiration piece again, you see it had these little flags here on the pictures. So I did cut those out, and I'm going to adhere them on the pictures. So this one had like this little yellow one. And don't worry, it's not going to cover up Granddad's face. And then the glacier color on top of there, and then a little heart, which of course brings in the hearts from that other page, and of course the feeling of the hearts and the love, of course. And then on the other one, it had 2 little flags up here on the small one. And I do have a good space for that picture, right about like that, if you can see that. And then it had some bigger ones over here, and again, this would be good because it's pointing, it'll be pointing to that picture. And the little banner on top of it, like so. And a little heart. I did have a little heart, like so. And again, it's covering up some of that dead space in the picture. And then down below, here in the corner, just one little heart. But I have some other embellishments, of course, I'm going to put with that. Don't think I'm going to be leaving that alone. I'm going to take some of these stickers and start placing them around. This is kind of the fun part. And what I did was I took just an anti-static pouch to take some of the sticky off of it, just to see where I want to place these things. And I might put some of them up on foam dots to just give them a little bit of dimension. And over here I have the little gingerbread man and the little mitt. And there's so many cute little stickers on here that I can use. Let's see, how about this little heart? Again, I'll take the anti-static pouch and see where I can place that. Maybe over here with the rolling pin. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I've got one more sticker to put down here, the little frosting thing, and I'm going to use, excuse me, I'm going to use just some glue dots that I had in my stash, and I'm going to put that right there, so it looks like you're writing that title. And I have a lot more stickers actually on my sticker sheet, but as you can see, so that just means I've got some more projects to make. I think I'm going to call this done. So here's the first page and page number 2. And I will have some still shots of these together on my social media pages, which you can follow me on Facebook and Instagram. And I will have all those links for you down below in the description box, as well as links to the products that I used here to create these 2 pages. Now, before you go away, I do want to bring in a couple other pages that I did and a card with this. And I do have a process video for this page as well as the cookie process video here for this double page layout. And then also I used the digital art again, because I don't have the stamp set. I just used the digital art and the papers to do this, just this little card. So you can see it's for all year long, not just for Christmas. So thank you so much for joining me. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.